that you hadn't thought about before? Is that possible?
Not really. I mean, the only thing I mean, we talked about this before. We talked about this in the last session. The only thing, you can change your mind. You can change your thoughts. I'm sorry. You can change your thoughts, and that's the only thing that, you know, that can alleviate the stress. You know, but you know, from my understanding, you know, that is a very difficult thing to do, no matter what, no matter who you are. It's a very difficult thing to do. And I try, but it is not easy. I try to change my thoughts when you know, this notion of doing things over and over again and getting the same result, when it's something that is, you know, that is a mental like that. It is not easy to just, you know, when you have a bill coming up, you know what I mean? You just don't think, what the, you know, I gotta change my mind, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. You know what I mean? You worry when, you know, you get a notice on your door. I'm not saying that I have, I'm just saying that, you know, you worry about those things. You worry when, you know, your car might be picked up, or, you know, you start thinking, you worry that, you know, you're out of school now, you're about to start having to make student loan payments that's going to be as much as a house.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So you want the job that you got that education, all that education for, you know, to pay those student loan bills. So, you know,
it sounds, I mean, it
it's not
sounds
easy
like,
to just change your thoughts. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's easier said than done.
it is a lot easier said than done. You think that, that you could possibly, I mean, maybe think of it in a different context of, I mean, do you ever feel like, you know, the bills and the things that you have are, could you think of it more of a blessing instead of something negative? Is that I mean, or is that something that would just be like, you know, I'm blessed to have these problems because if, you know, if God didn't, you know, like put, you know, if, you know, you could be on the street. I mean, it could be a lot worse than that. I mean, thinking more that way and being, you know, well, thank you for at least, you know, I'm not 3 months behind my rent. Maybe I'm only a month behind my rent. I could be 6 months behind my rent. They could almost tow it. And like maybe looking back on the past, you know, things have happened. But I mean, do you feel like that you have progressed? At least have progressed and have always seen that God always seems to come through for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you able to say that? Where you say,
I do,
you know,
but,
that.
But see, this is the problem I have with that. That I do get that. I do. He has always come through. He has always come through for me. You know, but my issue is getting to the point to where he has to come through in such a big way. I mean, I just want to be comfortable in a way that, you know, that it can, you know, maybe other problems could arise. I'm so over these problems. You know what I mean? I'm so over the, you know, the money issue and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, let me get the money. Let me have the money and give me some different problems. You know what I'm saying?
So you want a cafeteria style from the Lord is what you're saying. Just give me something different to choose from as far as
just give me a different yes, I guess.
So it's just the repetitiveness of the exact same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, because the stressful thing is, like I said, it took me 7 years to get an
Right.
education that I wanted so badly, and I'm basically, I mean, honestly speaking, I'm making a lot less
Yeah.
than I was before I got the education.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you don't understand what yeah, I know you understand what I'm saying, but just to catch you up, I did work in a factory, but I made plenty of money doing it. And it was blue collar, but I made a lot of money doing it. So I got tired of that life and said, listen, I need to be white collar. I need to be professional. That is my brain. My brain is not blue collar, So I decided to leave that job and pursue my degree. And I got 2 degrees, was working on a third, and I'm making less than I was then. And I'm not even a professional. So that's that really humbles you and really makes you swallow your pride on a lot of different issues. So that's stressful.
Okay.
That's stressful because when I was working at the factory, I didn't have no student loan debt.
Right.
None. And I was making more than now when now I have student loan debt. Now I have, more things, more bills. Maybe not more, but I have the same bills
So basically
I make
it's
less money.
It's not what you thought it would be.
No, not at all.
You thought it would be a lot easier than what it was. That it was going. You thought that once you got
I
attained the
knew it would
education.
be. I knew it would be difficult. I did. I just knew it, and that is a whole nother session because I'm talking about black man and the whole notion of being in certain positions and things like that. I knew it would be difficult, but I thought, being honest, I thought, being charismatic, and knowing your stuff, and being fairly intelligent, you would be able to, maybe not kick the door down, but you could bust through it,
Right.
and it just hasn't happened for me. So.
Okay. So, I think everyone knows exactly what, the impact that stress has. And we all know that we can change our thoughts and all of those things, but is any of the thoughts that calm you, that make you feel better about your life, is say you've gotten this far, you were working in a factory, you did not feel like that you were living your purpose and everything, now do you feel like you fulfilled God's purpose or your own purpose for yourself in a godly way, that eventually that he, your faithfulness to that mission will get you where you're going? Or do you feel like that you regret it?
I don't regret the pursuit. I do regret, like I said before in our last meeting, I do regret my major. I should have rethought it. I think I was so anxious. I was just, I can't even say that. What the thing is, maybe my graduate degree. I don't regret my undergrad degree because when I left that General Motors to go to school, you couldn't have you couldn't even get me to think of anything else.
Sure.
I
Sure.
was
You knew.
so
You were
yes, I just knew, and I was happy going to school every day.
Right.
Just happy. So I knew what I wanted to do. It's just when I started getting off course and my mind started playing games on tricks on me, and then I got to, my graduate degree. I started going another way.
What was the other way?
I started going to another program, like, a different profession. I should have stayed in that profession with my graduate degree,
okay,
too.
So you went off course with your purpose for your life.
I went off course, I think.
Okay. And so in the end, that cost you. I mean, it's costing you, time and resources, and now, you're stuck with the consequences of it, which is causing you even a lot more stress. So I mean, just to wrap it up, is there any approach to the stress that you feel like would calm you? Not getting a position, not getting a job or anything like that. Is there anything that you feel like that you could change right now today? Because saying that you can change your life. People do it all the time. They get tired, they get weary, and they say, you know what, this just isn't working for me. I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to structure it in a way that it is not keeping up with the Joneses, and it is completely different. Is that something that is...
I wish I could get to the point in my life where I just don't care. You understand what I want you to really understand what I'm saying. I want to get to the point in my life where I just sit back and say, Lord, do what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you know what I mean? When the bill's coming, when the bill is coming up, be like, this is all I can do. I can, whatever I got is what you got. Yes, I want to get to the point in my life where I apply for some jobs,
and you just
just leave it alone and go work out, come on home, do whatever. You know what I mean? Just go to the job I'm at and just, be happy and yeah, absolutely. You don't understand how bad I want to feel like that. I just want to just say, well,
You just want to be content.
I want, yes. I mean, in a big way, though. In a big way. Just where I just feel like, hey, this is how things are when the break is supposed to happen in my life, it will happen. Mm-hmm. If I'm 65 years old, gotta wait till then. But until then, I'm just going to chill.
Right.
Just want to be like that.
Right. And you can't identify what it is that's keeping you from that.
Well, it's definitely spiritual. It has to be. Okay. Everything is spiritual. Everything. So it's definitely that. I just need to learn. I need help. I need the Lord to help me. Mm-hmm. I need Him to help me figure it out, and just help me. That's it.
Right.
I know what it. I do know what it is. I do know what it is.
Right. I completely agree with you on that. And on that note, I think that, next time we'll, if you feel like it, we'll dig a little bit deeper into that spiritual aspect of it, because it is something that, that so much more can be done. Mm-hmm. So much more can be done to get you to that place of just, you know, that's not an unreasonable expectation to just say to the Lord, I just want to trust you 100%.
All right.